Boom. Pleasant good night, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Trey, aka the Carnival Ref of Trini Jungle Juice. And it is Notting Hill Carnival Sunday. So today, right now, it is 10:30 p.m. I would have already played a wicked job in chocolate. Big up a beer, big up colors, big up the Omnia crew. If you are supposed to be in London for Carnival, Notting Hill, and you're not here, love and hugs goes out to you because I am feeling it. And I don't know about you, but not having gone to a carnival since Trinidad, it's getting quite depressing. So some of us, saying that they're experiencing some mental health issues and some other things, and it's a serious thing. So reach out to your carnival buddies, give them a hug, check in with them, make sure they're doing okay. And yeah, tomorrow, road, Notting Hill is a bank holiday in London, and there's no road, so we can do the thing anyway. Tonight, episode 5, the Carnival Ref Live, I got a really, really interesting show because I found an artiste from Trinidad and Tobago that I discovered because of Private Ryan. So shout out to Private Ryan. He sent his picks, which he sends every week, and his hot pick this week was an artist that goes by the name of Kalpee. Now, shame on me because until that list came in, I had absolutely zero. When I say zero, slap myself, idea who Kalpee was. And that is why, first of all, I'm going to introduce one of my guests, goes by the name of Major Penny, who's going to join in with me just to warm things up before we introduce this artist that I'm talking about, my find, my gem. I was actually going to just jump on and vlog in a week because when I saw this guy and I started seeing his music videos and his talents, I was blown away. So I had to reach out to his peoples, to reach out to my peoples, and I don't have any peoples, by the way, so I reached out to his peoples directly. And let's bring in our first guest for the evening, Major Penny, straight and direct from Sweet Tea and Tea.
Hey guys, afternoon,
boom, boom.
Good afternoon, everyone. Jay, what's going on? Thanks for having me, man.
Listen, thank you for joining. First of all, as I just said in my intro, there's an artist, Kalpee, that you know, that I didn't know, that because you're on this call because I wanted to, we know each other from the scene, but I really don't know Major Penny per se, and I know you're a man who wears many hats, right? So you have Island Crashers,
correct?
You're on radio. You have a Juve band too.
Yeah, Juve Jumbies.
Juve Jump. What do you not have your hands in right now?
Well, right now, because of this entire pandemic, it's not very much.
Man.
All that is at a complete standstill right now. So every sector of what I did, unfortunately, it was mostly around entertainment. So at this point, I am just chilling. I'm just chilling. Yeah. Literally.
Working on, but I assume like the rest of us, you're still very busy and working on
definitely.
projects.
Yeah, definitely. My modus is to never be standstill or to never be stagnant. There's always something that you can do or something that you can plan to do. Although we may not be able to execute right now, there are many different things you can do in that time frame in between, just to make sure you're just not sunken, because it's a very depressing time for a lot of people. So
it is. I've seen a lot of people coming up with vlogs and posts where they're talking about, hey friends, we're here for you.
Yeah.
We have a hug, it's all right. It is all right to be depressed, actually. I didn't even, people saying it's okay to be upset, depressed, sad at times. You don't have to be happy all the time.
Yeah. There are so many people in the industry, Dre, that I haven't seen them. And when I mean I haven't seen them, we are in the time of social media. To not see somebody is very difficult. And that kind of goes to show how difficult this time is for a lot of people. They're not even, artists, DJs, MCs. I can go down a line and call people in entertainment that I have not seen in a very long while.
Same here. I actually was posting a throwback for one of our event arrivals, and it was of Patrick, hype man. Yeah. And then I said, put out a PSA, somebody, where is
Patrick?
Hype man, where's Patrick? I haven't seen him on socials.
Yeah.
I tried reaching out to him on WhatsApp. Apparently his numbers changed. A good personal source says he is doing well and he's good. He's just off the scene. But this is hard.
Yeah, that's the most everybody got. I myself, even like Patrick, I've asked questions about Patrick and all the other people that I may have worried about at the time. And once you find out, they'll say they're doing all right, they're coping, they're doing what they have to do, but they're just in their own space trying to manage.
Yeah. I want to introduce our main guest.
Yeah.
I'll get right straight into it. As I said, thank you for shout out to Private Ryan for always keeping me in the know with what's happening with the new music, the new artists that bust big time already, artists that coming up, and especially our local artists. So this artist, Kalpee, I read his bio, did a lot of his did some research on his music, his videos, his blogs. And basically to sum it up, it says phenomenal young artist representing the red, whites, and black, Trinidad and Tobago, color in the world with his modern fusion of R&B, pop music, calypso, and reggae. So a little bit of everything. I'm gonna run the reel, and then we're gonna bring him in on this, right? So
So we could stay for another, say if we wanna. Somewhere along the way we get the vibe, so you wanna stay, please another. Only if you wanna. I promise I'll be here at least sunset to run away. When the sun starts to run away. 2 more hours for the blue skies, turning the scene, sticking out of a dream.
Hey,
welcome to the show.
scene, fellas.
Kalpee.
What's poppin'?
Yes, my guys. All good, all good. Thanks for having me here, y'all. Appreciate
No,
it.
thank you. So thank you for coming. I mean, on a serious thing, I reached out to you on, I want to say Friday on DM. You said link up with management. I said, okay. I can talk to management. I like that. I like when artists doing big things and they have management representing them.
Yeah.
And I linked out to your peoples. They responded like that.
Yeah.
Gave me the answers I needed. And here we are, 2 days later,
There we go.
doing the thing.
That's what it had to be, The thing is, honestly, management. I didn't know what management was until given the opportunity to like travel and be in the industries and work in studios and stuff. And then when you actually get it and you understand what it's for, you appreciate it so much, because being a creative, I just want to create, sometimes it's a little bit overwhelming to have to think about business side of stuff and whatnot, So having a rock there to support you on that side is important.
Mad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna treat this interview somewhat like a virgin interview, because literally it is. It's the first time we're meeting.
Yeah.
Virtually. Thanks to technology.
I know.
And I'm sure, like me, there are probably a lot of Trini Jungle Juice fans out there that's saying right now, who the hell is Kalpee and where did he come from?
Yeah.
So how long are you in this thing now? I mean, I read, is it 6 years old? It's sad.
I mean, okay, so I've been in music since the age of 6, right? So I've been singing calypso music. That was my start. Penny will be able to say, like, in primary school, and standard primary school in Trinidad, calypso competition, carnival time, jump up is standard. Carnival is part of the culture there, big time, right? So I started there, and I used to represent my my classes as that calypsonian, and then I kept going on, and it kept going on.
Right.
Went into music festival, and I started doing like classical training with my voice and stuff. And then I started doing musicals and stuff in Prez. This is when I went to Prez, right?
Right. Shout out to all the press boys out there.
Shout out to all the Prez boys, the Prez family. But yeah, in there, started the musicals, and then I started this band, which is when I would have met Penny, right?
The entourage.
The entourage, man. It's still my boys, but people just went off on different parts and stuff, and this was my part. It's always been, and it still is. Still working hard. But yeah, in terms of being an artist, like branching off as an artist over the last 5 years, I'd say.
5 years.
Yeah.
And you were a part of a group for like a 10-year stretch before you went solo?
Yes. So that's the same band, The Entourage.
Same band, The Entourage.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to know, right? So I don't know what it's about. I have so many questions. First of all, I've seen that you edit.
Yeah.
Do you edit every single music video you put out?
Everything, bro. There may be, not every single piece of content I've ever edited, because when I was doing covers, so when I was in this band, actually, I wasn't editing. I didn't really know much about cameras or anything like that. I dabbled in like production and stuff musically, but in terms of cameras, nah. And I had a friend who is a good friend with Penny as well, named Plex,
Right.
helped me when it comes to like camera work and stuff like that.
And Plex is the same Captain Plex, is it?
Captain
Yes.
Plex, exactly.
Who putting
So
out
funny
igniter
enough,
stuff and all that?
yeah.
Wow.
So Plex and I, how we met Christian, we had a company at that time, a media company together called Sandwich Media.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that how we met them is that we saw their work all over the place, and school, our friends and everything crossed for years. So when we finally actually met them, he was like, yo, we need to link up to do an interview. I believe this one was for CNT3 at some point.
Right,
or something like that. A couple interviews, and then after the interview, we just ended up liming, and everything just kickstarted from there. And the reason why I would say he has to edit his own stuff and do most of his own things is because he is a stickler when it comes to his own work.
Yeah,
he does not play.
I know that feeling though. I know that feeling. But at times you just have to let go. I mean, just like you have management, there's going to come a time where you're going to have to say, yo, I'm not editing this music video.
Honestly speaking, I want to get to that point. It's not going to lie. But like you said, Penny, which is a good point. And this is something when it comes to, I think, Caribbean artists, Trini Caribbean artists more than anything else. This is something that, one, I'd recommend, but this is the reason why it is what it is. I remember when I started trying to make a cover music video, not even original music or anything. Because when I was in the band, we only did covers, right? We had a couple little soca tunes and stuff, but I don't really consider them, right? But I had this cousin who was a photographer, right? This is to show you how much I didn't know. And I reached out to him. I'm like, bro, I need your help to do this music video, right? Whatever. And he came back to me and he's like, what's your budget? I say, well, I don't have a budget. So I don't know how this works. Zero, right? Right? And he's like, this is the problem. All your small artists like to play big boy thing, right? Now, this is my family, yeah? This is my family, right? Yeah. So I kind of just left it wherever. And after that, I bought a camera. And a couple of people saw that I bought a camera and actually tried to demotivate me from going into videography and was saying, like you would never be able to edit and that kind of stuff. And bro, YouTube is my best friend. I went on YouTube, bro, and I learned everything I could have learned. I made all the mistakes I could have made. And the thing is, I don't like to stick, as in, I like to make sure that if I have something, I know how to do it because I don't want anybody to hold back my process.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You have the process, you have the vision. And if you could execute.
One time, like this last video, we got that footage and we had to meet some deadlines and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let me edit it. I went online. I was not 100% on the color grading and stuff. So I look at some more tutorials. That's how you have to do it these days.
Yeah.
Because everything's so accessible now. Like you could pick up a laptop and become a producer. You don't necessarily even need to be musical or a singer. You know what I mean? So it's like, I can't wait on a man to, and this is the next thing too. When I was in Trinidad, keep this, like, this is a big, people in the UK is always laugh when I say these things, but my band used to get paid 3,000 TT dollars for a gig. As in, that's our only gig for the whole of Carnival, and it's 3,000 TT that we have to split with each other.
After singing for half an hour, 45 minutes.
And think about all the rehearsal, all them kind of things. How am I actually going to become an artist? How am I going to be able to afford the Mac and the interface and the mic and the production, the mix, the master, the music video, the editing?
Yeah.
Bro.
I trust me. When what I love about this is that when I first looked at Paramin High, I just saw that was the first introduction from me to you.
Okay, scene.
Yeah. And I went on and I watched this video and I tapped wifey and I said, wifey, check this out. Watch this video right now because this here is this talent that I don't even know what his talent was.
Oh, wow,
and it wasn't just the song, it was the visuals, right?
Yeah.
And the way you put together the visuals, and I say, you know what, to see somebody put together something that is looking like an American MTV style video,
okay, cool,
but showing the Caribbean, showing Trinidad and Tobago.
And that was the thing with Christian, even from the early stages. Just his vibe, his energy, his aura is just not something that you would be familiar with from the Caribbean. You'd understand that he represents that holistically. Yes, he gives that in his music. Paramin, listen to the name of his songs. He would use the dialect in the music, no matter where. But everything that he did,
which is what I love. You go back, he giving you the local flavor, but he still kind of go into the whole world knows, the love songs or the feeling,
Yeah. The music that he would sing, the lyrics, the video quality, just the quality of his content on his Instagram. Everything was just a step above what you'd usually see in Trinidad and Tobago. And I think that's what made it so easy for him to make that step. You know what I mean? He always put that extra effort in,
No, the song "No One" was No One your breakout?
That was the yes.
To get the deal with Sony.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right. So hold on a second there. I'm a very visual guy too, and I like to show people what I'm talking about and kind of go back and forth. So there's a quick teaser. Let's get a quick teaser of the music video "No One." So all shot and edited in Trinidad.
All in Trinidad, bro. All Trini team as well. You know, the No One was a crazy way that came about. Again, like I'm a big believer in the universe and things being aligned and whatnot, and I could see certain things aligned. Remind me that I have to come back and hit your story with Paramin High because there's a lot that went on in that video.
Please.
But all of the videos, bro, so much blood, sweat, and tears literally just go on to make them videos. Like this one was a tough one. I remember No One, right? We had this scene. Penny, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Yarra Beach.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Yarra.
Yeah, right. So the videographer. Now, big up to Bruce, amazing videographer. Big up to Tano, amazing producer. He produced with me on this one as well as co-written. But I remember we went down to Yarra, man, 10 o'clock in the morning, right? You know those patio lights, right? I couldn't get the patio lights in Trinidad, right? So me and two other brethren went and bought speaker wire, right? A soldering iron and the bulbs. And we made 5 strands of 50-foot patio lights in the space of 2 days for this shot, right? So we made the lights working perfect, bro. They still work to this day, bro. That's been 5 years.
For this one shot.
Right? Still working, right? So I have another craft in case the music don't work, right?
Correct.
Bro, we took those lights to Yarra, bro. Standing up on brethren's shoulders, punging the lights into the coconut trees. We made a vibe, took generators down, had a vibe. The videographer came down, liked the vibe, and wanted to bring his friends down. Left Yarra Beach to get his friends and missed everything, bro. The light set, we got no shots. That's the kind of vibes it's go through and it's independent vibes in Trinidad, bro. Some heartbreak. Bro, I wish y'all could even see them. There are no shots. We missed everything.
What?
That's tough. That's rough, bro.
You live on your loon, right?
That's tough.
Yeah. So walk us through being, you know, an artist in Trinidad, trying to make the break, doing your thing, you know, doing the covers. You have your own music now. You're writing, you're singing the tune. I watched the vlog you did for the making of that beat.
Right. Okay.
With Tano, is it?
Tano,
yeah. Down when you went to the Southland.
yeah. By Tano self, that was his
Man say, I'm not at home. I said, wait, what country? He said, I'm in the Southland. Because Sando is a different part of the world.
Yeah, it is.
It is. It's like a different part. Like in Trinidad, every corner is a different world.
Yeah, correct.
You know? Yeah.
There really is.
Real. Okay. So walk us through from being who you are and going through the song, making a song, and then getting the deal.
Okay. So literally, this is how this song came about. No One. So I play guitar, right? So I was strumming some chords. I had this melody going, some lines written, and my brethren Tano, he wasn't Tano at the time. He was called Michael Allen.
Right.
And you should know this too.
Yeah, I saw Michael Montano as a producer. At first I saw like Marshall Montano.
Everybody's saying Marshall,
Yeah.
But I mean, that's not his name right now. And right now, anyhow, he will hate me for even saying Michael Allen. But that's what he used to go by because I've met Tano in the soca land.
Yeah.
Wow.
We linked up as openers for Kesty Band, right? For Tuesday.
Wow.
That's how we linked up. That's how I know Tano, and he was an artist, right, doing soca music. And I hadn't seen Tano in about 3 years, right? And one day on the avenue, linking up, eating doubles, whatever, Tano pull up. Oh, bro, what's the scene? Where you coming from, bro? A studio down the road. Oh, wait, cool. I didn't realize you're producing now. That's the conversation, right? So I was like, well, check me now. I'm in the West because I was staying in Chaguaramas. I was going to school in UTT Chaguaramas doing marine biology at the time, right?
Right.
And he came across. And I played the thing for him. He's like, "Dog, okay, let's speed it up. Whatever. Open the laptop, start recording everything, and got the song right." Went to my management. We had the same management at the time, who was Kess's management, right?
Okay. Question mark?
Simon and them, yeah.
Okay, big up Simon, Carolyn.
Big up Simon,
Facts.
right? We went to them with the song, man. That song and another song. It was 2 demos. And and we played the song, right? So Tano and I in the meeting, and we played the song. And then one of the managers, right, it's 2 of them. She's like, "Ooh, sounds like a chutney." Right? So I said,
Sounds like a chutney.
Sounds like a chutney. That's her feedback, right? So I'm like, okay. Okay, I know Michael fuming and Michael mad.
Yeah.
Because you know, think about it, we now make this whole song, you vibing it, you know, you're in the room, you're vibing it, you bring it to this person, that's your feedback. So the next one was like, it doesn't strike us as something special, you know, if we feel like we heard this a million times. Okay, cool. We left that interview, Michael fuming, he want to go get a coffee, so we gone for coffee. And he's like, "Dog, you know what? F this. Let's just put the song out, bro." So I went online, learn how to make a lyric video, right? Sit down there, make the lyric video, because you need a visual. We got some
Yeah,
we
for
got
sure.
a girl, Marissa, I can't remember her name, but she's an artist. I can't remember her name. But she did a little artwork for us, and we put it up on City Baby or wherever we put it up at the time. And then all of a sudden, people just start vibing it. People start sharing it, wherever. Then we linked up with Bruce and we shot that other video because Sony was now a factor. Like they reached out and wanted to now distribute that song and whatnot, right? And that's why we did the music video for it. And that music video, bro, oh my God, when I tell you all, it was a scene. That's actually the music video where I learned to edit. That's where I learned to edit music videos. Because
by choice or by force?
By force. By force and choice, right?
Okay.
I love learning new things, love it, right?
Yeah.
But it was to the point where if I hadn't learned to do music videos, learn to edit and grade and whatnot, it would have never come out.
Wow.
And that's one of the reasons why I kind of like I try to keep my team as small as possible, because I need to make sure, I need to be able to depend on people. And I've been in situations back home where it's like people set you up to the point where you might fail an exam, you might listen, bro, I've been through, you know how things could be, you know, like people being unreliable, people not, you know, things like that. And it's just take one person to really, especially on video shoots, when it's like lighting and, you know, everything is timing. So easy to mess it up. But anyhow, I've learned so much from them things I can't even be vexed about it, if you know what I mean, you know?
Yeah.
But fast forward, so Sony came along now, and then they wanted to send, they wanted to send me, they sent me to Sweden to kind of develop the craft. So I was in Sweden during the winter time for about 3 months.
So when you got linked with Sony, the first thing they decided was what market will be best for you, and they decided Europe?
Well, their market was, so this was Sony UAE.
Okay.
Right? This was like Sony, it's the global deal, but with Sony UAE. Right?
I was speaking to my boy Ethan.
Ethan August, right. So yeah.
August, yes.
So he was a part in that deal actually.
Okay.
Right. So I don't know, I can't remember how it happened, but a producer that he knew.
You're right. He had somebody who had the link with Sony and boom, bam, bam, right.
So he was kind of like the middleman in that, right?
Yeah.
And it happens, and then they wanted to, we put out another song shortly after called What About Us, and I was in Portugal with some friends and stuff, and I had this Super 8 camera, this film Super 8 camera, and I shot a video on Super 8 for the first time. That was another trip, like crazy, Amsterdam and Portugal, wherever.
What about
all on film, you know what I mean? And then so I'm in Sweden now, and I'm there, you know, just going to sessions. First winter I ever experienced in my life. It was a crazy difference. There by myself, so it was a little intimidating, but I kind of learned how to be in a pop market, because Sweden is K-pop and pop.
Right.
K-pop is their big thing.
What exactly is K-pop?
K-pop is their big thing. Korean pop,
Korean.
Korean pop.
Yeah. So like, a lot of the producers I worked with, they were doing that because that's what was paying the bills, you know. But it was so cool in Sweden because you're going to Stockholm and it's literally just a circus of studios, bro. You know, like you're walking the street, everywhere's a studio. Around the corner is Spotify. Around the corner is Apple headquarters. So I never experienced that before now. You know what I mean? Like I got to walk into Sony Sweden and play them my music. things like that. And I'm like, this is the difference. Because this doesn't exist by any means in Trinidad, there's no avenue outside of Carnival, right? And I used to do soca music, right? I started with Calypso. I love the music. But at the same time, I feel as though I wanted to speak about different things because the things people spoke about didn't suit my personality. So I would have been on stage feeling all cringy inside, singing, wine on the ground, wine on the ground. That's not me, bro. Not my personality. It didn't suit me at all. So I was forcing it now because everybody keep telling me, yo, if you want to make it in this,
this is what you have to do.
You have to do soca. You have to do soca. And as much as I love it, it's like I feel as though sometimes things could get real stifled and they don't allow soca to just grow. Or not only soca, Trinidad should have music. It should just be music.
Correct. I preach that all the time.
Music, because
all the time.
They might have a rock guy who has his Trini twist on rock that's going to create this new genre of music. But you had to allow it. You had to have a space for that to happen. You know, if I have no way to show off my music or no way to, if there's no avenue for me to go and perform my songs, how am I going to build an audience? How am I going to bring in an income? So you are now making the entire art scene Carnival, whether it be designers, whether it be music, art, everything. And you see it. Everything has to be based around that.
And I agree, because for years, that's a valid point. For years and up to today, you see artists keep trying to talk about, is Carnival happening or is Carnival happening? And I'm thinking, we had a conversation like, can you not put up music not for Carnival? Or just be for Carnival? Do you just paying out something just to win Road March or to be the top 5 spin for the season?
Yeah.
But who's to blame for that? No, you know, a large, like, where do we start? And Penny, are you on the radio as well?
Yeah, definitely.
Because I think a lot of times, just how you know, my conversation with Ryan was, hey Ryan, thank you for introducing me to, you know, KALPEE, because I didn't know about this guy until you put him on the list. And he said, yo, but it's my job to find music from all areas and showcase who is doing well and what's going to be the next big thing. And because of Ryan, I now know of KALPEE, and now because of us, I hope that X amount of people in Trinidad who follow Trinidad Junglers will say, yo, this kid is brilliant, you know, this guy is taking Trinidad in a direction that I would like to see it go, which is outside of just Carnival music.
You know, like, look, we have so much potential, bro. We have so much talent. I've never seen a country with so much raw talent, but it's just a matter of developing it. You know, trust me, I sit down so much on these things because I am not immersed in and I have been immersed in the Carnival scene, but I'm not very immersed in that scene, right? I really haven't been. And because of that, it caused me to think about a lot of things, right? If you think about something, and Calypso, I remember this from Calypso, it's all competition. We are all, it's, you know, Calypso competitions. Soca Monarch. The bands making the bands, they're going to compete. The Panorama competition. So it's like, yes, we have this art form, but you are forcing people to now compete against each other. And that's when you lose art. That's when people now change the quality of things for different reasons. It's not just about creating anymore, right? And what I think we need to do, we need to start bringing substance into Calypso, bringing Calypso, making Calypso fresh again, so that the world could, you know, I want Trinidad, whether it be me or some other young artist, I want to be able to help make Trinidad become a Jamaica. I don't want to be in other parts of the world and people saying, oh, where you from, Jamaica? Because that's the only island I ever hear about. Bro, I was on a school tour in Ireland, Scotland, England, right? After an accident happened for Paramin High video. We'll get to that. But I was on a school tour, right? And bro, these people didn't know the difference. These kids didn't know the difference between, they didn't even know what the Caribbean was, some of them.
Right.
And you know what I mean? Like art is something that's kind of showcase those things. Food, art, culture, you know? So we need to find ways to like make everything a little bit more worldly. And not only that, like just find a way to give everybody a space.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But you know, I agree with that, right? But here's my thing. My thing is that because we're so Carnival oriented, that everybody believes for me to get visible or seen fast, I need to be within the Carnival scene. We understand that. So if you have a lot of talented hip hop people, but they will never get anywhere because we don't promote hip hop locally. And then sadly too, you even watch outside of Carnival, we'll switch quickly to dancehall for years. Carnival done, we in dancehall season. Everybody want to be the next Vibes Cartel.
Yep.
Now the Trinidad movement
I was now about to
is
talk
running
about it.
wild.
Yeah.
So now I'm watching, thinking, yo, Trinidad could actually become the next leg that could promote Trinidad faster than soca music.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you're watching
Probably
the
is,
world, watching the views, and watching how far
It
these
is
guys are
because
going.
the numbers are a lot different in the soca
Yeah.
world, which unfortunately for most it crosses borders, but is still deemed like a uptown privileged part of entertainment, soca.
Right.
So the
Right.
Trinidad, which represents the ground of Trinidad and Tobago, definitely has the larger number, the larger body of people. All right.
The actual
Right.
body.
So
yeah,
your thing
Yeah.
is,
yeah.
your thing is the numbers, but I don't even think it's the numbers. I think it's the message.
I think it's a little
People
bit
can
of both.
relate to the dancehall people telling us that this is what's going on in the ghetto, this is what's going on in our
Yeah.
projects, this is what's going on in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
And they speak in their mind, and I had this conversation. If a Trinidadian soca artist come out and start to sing like that, for instance, Kerwin Dubois try and do that at one time when we
Yeah.
having a conversation.
Cussing,
People make
yeah,
Kerwin. What is this, dog?
But
Like we
it's
want
too
we want good
extremes.
vibes.
It's
too
too
extreme.
extreme
It is too extreme.
because soca is deemed the happiest music in the world.
Yeah,
That's what we
yeah,
call soca music. Trinidad is the grime, is the real, is
Yeah.
raw, is the
Yeah,
unedited,
yeah.
is
And they,
people,
and they,
is
and they
pain.
have permission to behave raw. Nobody's gonna judge them
Yeah.
and say, wait, they out to your place. You
Look
just-
at people that come around Kerwin for cussing in a soca song. How you can cuss in a soca song?
you can tell,
True.
You know?
right?
True.
So when artists like Kalpee finds a space now that says, you know, this is not soca, this is not reggae, this is not dancehall, I appreciate that. But what I appreciate the most about it is that you're doing it as you, in your own lane, and it's real to what you believe in now. You said you found your comfort zone, right? Like you're not trying to force something else that people say, hey, you need to do this.
Yeah, exactly. I just trying to, like, when I go into, everybody's always asking me, like, what's the process? Like, what do you think about when you're trying to make a song? And I'm like,
Right.
I don't really think too much, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I'll go in and I will just, whatever my vibe is, I feel like that vibe will portray itself on the guitar or in the production or whatever. And then now I'll try to now find a way to make that cool in the production.
Right.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, this new body of work that I'm getting ready to pour out, Feel Good Playlist Volume 1, is I've produced a lot on it. I have always produced in all of my music, but this was like, because of Corona,
Right.
I was forced to now stay inside and learn a whole new craft, learn Ableton, relearn Logic, do everything myself. And I'm even more proud of this stuff because now it's even more me. I get the song to be more me. And it's not just a random sound anymore. I'm trying to like kind of hone in on chill calypso. That's what I want it to be. Chill calypso, put a little bit of rock in there, you get the guitars, make it something that you could whine to, but at the same time you could chill to and drive down North Coast Road.
Right.
Facts.
You know what I mean? At the
Right.
same time, come and hit them with something that might make them feel inspired sometimes. Because
Right.
music speaks. Music is an emotion changer, is a medicine.
I agree. And you know what though? I still say your first song, No One, that was the breakout, right?
Yeah.
It still goes back to a message which I believe, I always say it all the time and time true, the artists that do well to me globally are the people that singing about stuff that anybody and everybody in the world could relate to.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And if I'm right, that No One was something to do with a bit of tobacco business.
What do you mean? We
You
all
understand?
go through.
So you came straight singing about love, and everybody say, I know about love and heartbreak.
Correct.
Yeah, we do.
Sell
If
off.
it's one thing everybody could relate to, no matter your age, your race, or wherever you are in the world, everybody has experienced love, everybody has experienced pain. Everybody
Yeah.
could relate to that. Yeah.
Exactly.
So a Paramin High, which I love as a Trini, I know what Paramin is. I know about the vibe. I've seen it, the fire breathers. I get that. But somebody else in the world might say, I don't really get what's going on, but it sounds good.
It looks cool.
100%. Yeah, 100%. But like, as you bring up Paramin High,
Yeah.
so that van, that yellow van, right, that you see in that video,
Right.
when we were going up to Paramin the first time, that van flipped over and landed on top of me, you know.
I read, and I was supposed to ask before the interview. I'm like, is this a touchy subject? Like, I mean,
Nah,
a pretty,
like,
it
I
was
always
pretty
know.
serious, the accident.
Say again, say again.
I said it was pretty serious. It was a serious accident.
That was a crazy time. Like,
and this was in 2000 and what year?
This was last year. This
Yeah,
was
last year.
September. So it's coming up to a year now. Yeah. So literally, when I left, I wasn't like, oh, I haven't been out the house in almost a year. As in, not out the house, but after the accident, I was inside. Then we flew
Yeah.
here to do the school tour, and then Corona happened, so I've been stuck here. That's how it's been going basically. But I ended up breaking 8 of my ribs. My lung collapsed. My heart was compressed. My liver was in half. Like, yeah, dog.
Wow.
A crazy thing, right?
Wow. And
Yeah,
this was before it was actually like what early in the video shoot?
So actually, bro, that footage that you would see of us going up the hill is right before everything happened. And I have everything. You could hear everything that happened on the camera. We have all the audio. So you know, like you hear everybody reaction. You know, you see a little glimpse of the van flips over on the side, and then, bro, it's like a movie. It looked like a short story when I was looking at it because it's so real. It's, you know, the camera flipped up and it was like in the air looking at the sky, zooming in and out like it was my eyes. It was so trippy, bro. There's this song in the background, Crazy Dream by Tom Mishk. The words are like, when I wake up from this crazy dream. I only ground all this happening and that song in the background. It was so trippy, bro.
Yeah,
like a random
trippy.
ambulance. We didn't call this ambulance because I'm there thinking, is an ambulance going to come up this hill?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, 10 minutes later, a random ambulance coming from the opposite side of Paramin is the one that took me to the hospital.
Wow.
Because it would have taken about an hour and a half for them to get there, kind of vibe.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I remember that day. Like I had so many, like honestly, I had so many messages, and even days after that, with people just trying to find out exactly what happened.
What happened?
So you know, people would think either I know or just because I'm in entertainment as well, I would find out what happened.
Yeah,
so I had so much people, and even when I didn't even think it's not really my place to just go and tell people, oh well, this happened and this was the cause, and you know what I mean. I say in time, you would understand when they make a release at some point, you know. Yeah.
How did that experience change your perspective on the way you see life?
Change everything. If I'm being honest, like I mean, I'm the same person. I have the same passion and everything. I have more passion. I have more drive. Everything, bro. Because like, I don't even know how to explain this, and I tried to explain this before, but like that second, wherever that was, when that van tilted, I've never experienced that feeling before. It's almost like peace. It's almost like, okay, I know everything is going to go wrong right now, so just be cool, bro. Just chillax.
For real.
I probably had a smile on my face when all that was happening because I was trying.
It was like a slow motion movie.
Yeah, literally, it felt like that. You know, everything just black out, whatever. And I kind of lost now that fear of death, and because of that, like, not that I'm more brave now or anything, but it's just a difference in mentality. It's like I have so much purpose now, and I have, you know what I mean. I have a lot of things that I wouldn't have said pre-accident. I want to be able to say now, become like us. You don't know when these things might happen. Nobody expected that to happen. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you can't live life afraid because it might happen in the most unexpected way. Wow. You know what I mean? Like, that's why it's so important to just live a good life, be good with everybody, like try and promote good, encourage people to be kind to each other and respect each other's differences. Us like.
Wow. The thing is, anybody who would understand or knows Paramin or familiar with the area, you understand how left that situation could have really gone.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean? So it's fortunate that they even stopped at a point.
no, 100%.
Seriously, yeah.
Because that was as you say,
Paramin is this.
Is not a joke. Yeah, bro.
Paramin is this. It's just dumb.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you know that feeling that van roll backwards, bro, is the most terrifying thing in the world.
Wow.
You know?
That's crazy. Is your music playing in rotation in Trinidad?
I wouldn't
on
say
radio?
So. Maybe on some
radio?
maybe on like 99.1, but now I highly doubt it. You see, the thing
is, Penny, why?
I can tell you why. So this is an extent, right? And this is not everybody, because there are stations and there are people who try to show love. But I have to appreciate that the DJs on there are not the people in charge. They're not the ones saying, yeah, we're playing this song today. They have to go with a roster and the rotation.
Yeah.
But I do think that it is a little bit of a bias when you do have stations with artists on it. Right? And this taking it back all the way to the competition part. When you have
Right.
a genre of music that is highly competition based, and you have those artists on the radio stations, no, you're not giving the rest of artists a chance, right? Because you're not like, okay, for instance, I'll give you a small example. After I started doing lyric videos, so an artist reached out to me to do a lyric video, and I did the first one for him for a fairly small price, right?
Okay.
Did it for him, and then I realized, wait, boy, why am I spending? I didn't have any fun doing it. It was a stressful time for me. Why am I doing this, dog? Just do your thing for yourself and calm down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, whatever. So the second time they came back for another video, I was like, nah, you know, I'm just doing it for myself now, whatever.
I know where this going.
Bro, no interview, bro.
Yeah.
No interview. I was like, this was when no one came out, right? I was like, bro, here's now, you know, I could get interview on the station. Oh, that's not my job, brethren. End the story. I'm like, all right, cool, see how it was. But they were in the apartment hyping up the video and thing. And it's like, I have to appreciate that those things exist. This is a competition-based genre. That does not exist anywhere else in the world. That's a thing we have to think about, honestly speaking, you know, because there are lots of stations where you can't just get play on that station.
Yeah.
That is a different place when it comes to things.
You know what though?
That
I
is
still
true.
think Trinidad is the world, but this is what I don't get. And you will, and I'm glad that you have the determination to go forward and do what you have to do. Why is it in the Caribbean, especially Trinidad, I don't know if the other islands have the same problem. You will be in Trinidad doing the best quality, the best work. Your game will be so high,
Yeah.
and you'll get fight down. No one will give you that blight. You would leave Trini, go a yard, go foreign, go
Yep.
and make it in America, go
Yep.
get a record deal, go make it in the UK, become the next Rihanna or whatever, Drake, and all of a sudden everybody in Trinidad is like, yeah, brethren,
Yeah.
Yeah.
playing this shit. They're loving
You
it. They want
see-
to give you every interview. They're running it down. Why
Yeah.
do you have to go and make it outside of Trinidad to
I
become?
believe in Trinidad, we don't have the culture where we idolize people locally.
You're right. That's true.
We don't have heroes locally
Right.
Good
because
point.
everybody
Because
has
everybody in
flaws.
Trinidad is a superstar.
Yeah, you too small. I know where you come from. I know what you used to do. You can't be good just so.
superstar.
Yeah.
Like I would support you while you're growing, but now everybody's supposed to praise you because you're doing good things.
Right.
Nah. I remember when you was doing shippiness.
Yeah.
Don't feel you're too big for me. That's Trini mentality.
True.
But only when you go abroad
Yeah.
and let's say Rihanna or Drake or somebody happens to say, yo, Christian Kalpee, he's the best thing in the world.
Right.
Everybody from Trinidad will be like, I remember him from when he was growing up. I always say he had this. And it's only then people would appreciate. That's just how we are in Trinidad and Tobago. And I have no idea why.
But we have to find a way. To me, we have to find a way to change that.
I mean,
That's just me. How do we? We have to find a way to change the brainwash.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
but that's
I don't-
exactly it. But I think that changes one by having these kind of conversations, and
Yeah.
then like it's a generational thing. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like when we become the leaders of our fields, that's what we have to know. We have to educate. You know what I mean?
I agree, but I do agree
Okay.
because I think what's happening is each generation is keep moving in their generation,
Right.
and
Yeah.
we will say this now, and then we will be in power, and we will
And
only look
same.
out for our
We'll
circle.
bring these things
And
with
the
us.
younger keep, the 20-year-olds will be like, "What do you have
Yeah.
on these old people, boy?"
What
Yeah,
are you doing?
young and we're like, well, we work hard for where we are now.
Yeah,
So now
yeah.
you have to pay your dues to get where we are, and then we'd lock the circle.
Yeah.
But I still believe that we have changed. I mean, we're not the same dads we were when our dads and our grandfathers
Yeah.
were when they raised us. We actually attend games and support the thing. And
Yeah.
so even within what you're saying, I believe it is, but we have to keep thinking and not forgetting that, hey, make sure that we don't become who the people who fought us down,
Yeah.
that we don't become them. When we
Yeah.
get to the position, when we become the leaders, that we give the younger generation the chance to come through without having to go through the work we had to put in.
Yeah. No, for real.
Yeah, that's
know?
serious. That's serious. I hope
Yeah.
one day that would change. That is something that definitely needs to change. For example, it's like if Brian Lara or Dwight York or Dwayne Bravo, I could use Dwayne Bravo as an example. Like he could just go and walk anywhere in Trinidad without a bodyguard. Nobody would care. One or two people might stop to take a picture.
Yeah, a picture.
But let Dwayne Bravo touch down in an airport somewhere in India.
Yeah.
Well, India, bro.
You know, he
Different.
cannot walk in this. Like these
Yeah,
guys
true.
are superstars, and we don't see them as that.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird. It's very weird.
Man, crazy.
Yeah.
I just brought in somebody I invited. I don't know if you guys could see what's going on here, but I invited a special guest because I know Kalpee, you have a sound on your EP
Hey,
with his brother here and his group.
hey, my
Well,
bro.
brother,
How are you,
what's
blood?
it?
I'm good, man.
Good.
I'm good, bro. Good to see you, man.
Okay, no, Mohammed.
I did, brother, I did.
Yes, man.
So next, I got today was like my lucky day. I should have played the lottery. I was like, I say, yo, having this, this chat with Kalpee. If you mind joining, I know you have a song with him coming up, and it's like to be released. It's not released yet, right, Kalpee?
Nah. This one's coming out in October.
Yeah, and since this carnival, from way back with Represent, and then we go into this carnival with Feel the Love, is just madness with Freetown Collective. And they always had mad talent. I knew that.
Yeah.
But again, another group in Trinidad where they're not getting the recognition and the love that they deserve, but they're doing their thing and they're just staying consistent. So you have to give them mad props for that.
Facts.
So thanks for joining in, Mohammed.
Well, like everybody else in here would know, you had to know what you for.
Facts.
If you're out here trying to do it simply to be recognized, you would never get that in the first instance. The kind of recognition that your heart really desires come after years and years and years and years of work. You gotta love the work. Otherwise, you'll go mad.
You really have to.
Yeah, bro.
Facts.
100%.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
Yeah, so Mohammed, we're now talking about how in Trinidad, there's a mentality of a fight down where until you make it, and people say you make it, which normally is making it outside of Trinidad, you don't get the recognition that you truly deserve and the praise. Do you agree with that? And how do we change that from being that culture?
Who has made it? I'm asking that question.
Who has made it?
Because
Who has
nobody
made
is safe in Trinidad.
Well, yeah, we're talking about from Trinidad?
Yeah.
I just say nobody not safe.
Yeah.
We have icons, men who give us our culture, men who define who we are and what we know ourselves to be, like Shadow and different people who die poor, who die in a kind of obscurity. Because why? Because they didn't have a big song for a couple of years. Because whatever they give we songs upon songs, they give us words in our culture, they give us dances, they give us all kind of thing. They come through and they give themselves. And then because they didn't have a big song a year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, however long, we just decide them is no longer.
Yeah, I think that goes in the
look at
nature
the
to what
situation
Christian was saying, though. Because Christian was saying before that we see things so much as a competition in Trinidad, from Soca Monarch to Panorama to everything, that if you don't have a hit song in 1 year, the value of everything you did previously is out the window because you don't currently have a hit.
Look at how Jamaica treats its icons in regard and Trinidad, right?
Completely
Super
different.
Blue had a drug problem, right? As far as we know. Men was laughing and tripping out of a Super Blue, washing car in St. James and wherever. Gregory Isaacs is a man had a drug problem in Jamaica and was still consistently hailed as an elder, given that respect. Artists come out and help him and Ting, and they lift him up and they carry him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So going back to what you're saying, with the notion of making it in Trinidad and until you think, I don't think anybody, the way we are now, nobody is making it. Nobody's safe. Well, remember had a time when people was like, yeah, Bungie fall off, boy, and the only reason he was getting to perform was because of Fayan. And once that stupid talk, like, how much does someone give until we think they make it now? And that's why I say what I say in the beginning. If you're not doing this out of the love of your heart and for the love of what you're doing, at some point you go trip out.
True. Facts. I think our definition in Trinidad of making it is making it outside of Trinidad. So, for instance, you look at Chris Leacock, Jillionaire. I know him, regular guy. He was in Trinidad doing this thing normal, corner bar, Ray. Became part of Major Lazer, and he made it.
Make it. I understand what you mean.
Yeah, but nobody. Okay, but let me be real, because Chris is my virgin, right?
Yeah.
Majority of Trinidad don't care. Like, they don't care, boy.
Right.
They don't care. Like he
no, I think we care, but we don't like to show it. I think we have this don't care mentality.
I'm telling you, on the ground in Trinidad, plenty like men don't care. So have people who will look at Swanee and them right now and what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And would be more inclined to say that these men and them make it, boy, and whoever. And have people who will fight it on and say, as far as, let me say, if we talk about a man like Sasha, they will say, nah, these fellas make it in crazy though. We as artists, as far as I'm concerned, have to value ourselves and can't really allow people to define whether or not you had to know what it means to make it. And that's something me and my brother Lou always ask ourselves. What does success mean to you? every time we meet.
Right. What does success mean to you, Kalpee?
No, but that's an amazing point, bro. You're right, because it's like, you know, when especially in the social media era, when everything is now digital, numbers, likes, comments.
Yeah.
Right? Bro, that's where you see that mental health thing. When it is you look at and it is easy to look at things this way, but when it is you look at your video and you're like, wait boy, how my video it didn't have as much views as you know what I mean? Like it didn't like okay, let's take like No One for example. I don't think I've had a song that's done as well as No One in terms of how the views went up in that. Because of that, right off the bat, people devalue that already. Now it's a matter of like you didn't make it anymore, or you're not as good as
you ain't good again.
7 million views, huh?
You know, everything is not a numbers game. Everything's a likes, and it's like again, that's a brainwashing thing. Even my parents they would look at my videos more than I would, and we see I have one negative comment, and I like you know what I mean? Like, and like you can't look at that as a definition of success.
Right.
I have put out music. All successes for me in terms of music is like, I want to be able to put a song out, and if one person is inspired by that song, I have done my job as an artist, because I put love into that music for people to
but that's a hard place to reach, eh?
Yeah.
See, a lot of us say that, but you see that place you talking about there, I almost feel like as an artist, that is almost an impossible place to reach.
I feel you.
So I go on, in my mind, I go into a place behind that place where I'm not even trying to get in that level. You see, as long as I contented, dog, and I know I do my work with the Father, and I cool, and I know I do what I supposed to do.
Enough.
Yeah, because you see that one person, boy, that's just a number of the road, like you say.
I get you now. You're making sense.
I had a moment about 2 weekends ago, right? We went to perform in Tobago. Our first performance post-COVID and things, whatever. We had a real good performance, getting paid, whatever. Yeah. And then about 1 o'clock in the morning, I had a little incident happen, right? Family thing and whatever. Get upset, I was on the phone, come outside, sit down on the beach in the dark. Magdalena Grand Hotel in the back there, right? Lights, looking nice, thing, whatever. And I sit down on that beach watching the ocean, and I say, you know, even if I had owned this whole hotel here, it would not really do nothing for me how I feeling right now, you know?
Yeah.
Like how I feeling as a human being, what I going through now. Would this have done anything for me now? Not really.
But you know I would say to that though, there are a lot of people that would listen to your music, like yours, Christian's music as well. And that would change a moment for them. That mood that you would have been in, they would listen to your music and that would uplift their mood. Yeah. So that kind of goes with what he said. You owning that hotel wouldn't do anything for you. You putting out all that music you spent days, months, weeks, blood, sweat, and tears behind did not change anything for you in that moment. But that song that you put out into the universe, somebody had a down mood, plug in some headphones like me, listen to it outside. They don't even have a beach. They're watching a brick wall without paint and say, you know, this really changed my mood and could sleep with a smile on their face. And that's the difference I feel.
Yeah, that is it. That is it.
You're right. Very true. Like what we were saying earlier, like, music is a medicine. Depending on the song that you play at that time, you're going to dictate the mood of the room. It's so powerful.
Yeah.
You know, like I can't wait for you to hear Kalpee X Freetown, bro. How
that collaboration even, how did it come together?
How did that come together, man? I mean, it came together super organically. I think it was something that was waiting to happen, really and truly. You know, we linked up previously a couple times, like at Drink. I think they had some art exhibitions and whatnot, and we saw each other. Right. And then I had a home EP launch at my house, and we linked up there as well. And I think after that we went in studio and started jamming out, and we came up with our vibe. And yeah, you know, the thing is, I knew it would have been that type of song off the get-go because these are these guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Freetown, they've always been, bro, big man thing. I have so much respect for y'all, if I'm being honest, like always have. And it's such a pleasure to be on a track with y'all because I know that you're going to appreciate this, bro. And I let y'all know one time, like there's a lot of good energy in that song, a lot of good intention. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Nice. What's the name of that track?
It's called
Climb. Yeah. And is it how would you describe? Is it reggae, soca, pop?
I'd say right now it's a blend between, you could say, calypso, trap, and R&B.
Calypso, trap, And R&B.
Yeah.
Okay, and when exactly is the song gonna drop?
It's dropping with the rest of the EP October 22nd. My bad. That's what we are arguing for.
October 22nd.
October 2nd.
October 2nd. So we are now so we have about roughly a month.
Yeah, man.
Because we're at the end of August.
Yeah.
And so the EP has how many songs exactly?
EP has 5 songs.
5.
Yeah, 5 songs.
And how many out so far? 2?
Just one.
Just one.
Yeah, just
one with StefLon.
Yeah, and then the one with it's the same song, just with a StefLon on it.
Yeah, and between us, big man saying, I was so pushing my luck. I actually DM StefLon. I was like, Steph, listen, I'm going to interview Kalpee, and it'd be nice if we could jump on for 5 minutes. I knew I wasn't going to get an answer.
Right. But, I mean, you can try, bro.
As I say, I mean, you could, in this era with social media, I could DM, I could tweet Deepak Chopra and say something and reach out to him right now. I love it. So maybe she mightn't reply. Maybe she might and say, shit, I missed it. But we could do a thing next time.
Yeah, man. All right. All in good time.
Yeah. Let's talk about, I'm going to play a little piece of the Gimme the Ting.
Okay,
and then we can talk about that. So just let me run out. It's a second reel for the...
She tell me, give me this thing. She tell me, give me this thing, yeah. She tell me, just bring this thing. Stop asking so much questions and just give me this thing. Yeah. How you give me this thing, yeah. She tell me, just bring this thing.
Bring it, go. Kalpee. I just love it, me know say I that more. Hotline just a blink on the cellular. Nobody in the house who a bachelor.
So again, it is a huge deal to me to have a song that has StefLon on it, personally. So congrats on that. And talk to us about how that whole thing came about. And
well, I mean, how did that come about, boy? So we put this song out one more night. And
so it's one more night, Gimme the Ting.
Yes, one more night, Gimme the Ting, right? That was the because I knew everybody would have named it Gimme the Ting anyhow, but I wanted it to be, I didn't want it to be as obvious. I named it One More Night.
Okay.
And then we had some mutual friends who was able, somehow she heard the song through a mutual friend. And she was like, it would be so dope if she could put a flow on this, So I heard that and I was like, yeah, please, somebody, put my leg, wherever.
Yeah, who put on the prep?
You know what I mean? And then 2 weeks later, went to the studio, Central London. Who was it? It was myself, Steph, and Rhymes. And she just had her verse there, already done whatnot. It was already that off the bat. And then I kind of just did some production around it afterwards, and that song came about, It was a little unfortunate because we really wanted to have any video, but COVID was of course COVID was there, and this happened so unexpected that we already had this video in
was this another video that you edited yourself?
Yeah.
Guy. Nice. Mad. So I guess the way we could, where's next? Like what do you want to do next?
I mean it's always music for me. I mean I already at the next. I already thinking beyond. I've already thought beyond this project. So much more music to come, so much more collaborations to come, and honestly, can't wait for the live sector to reopen. Hopefully, something figures out itself with that, because it's gonna be very exciting to be able to perform these songs. Because I really do think it's like the blend of calypso will be very interesting to hear live. Like hearing authentic calypso with some rock in there, and then hearing reggae, like I know it will be an experience. That's one thing I learned a lot from being in that soca realm, performing, like having to be in a band and actually perform, actually hold a guitar and perform. That's really kind of helped me. So excited for that.
Right.
There's a version of Climb.
Yeah.
Right. That all probably will hear. I would say maybe it might be a year from now. That was another version of that song. That the original version, because we did a version with Sheriff, and then Kalpee and they did another mix. And for the album, I guess that mix fit better. That version.
Yeah.
But I real partial to that first one. Yeah, because we do some kind of wildness on it and thing, and it had a totally different feel.
Yeah.
Both of them amazing. So we in some little negotiation. I know Viv in the back there listening. In some little but I really hope that people get to hear that.
Nah, for sure. It was a more calypso take on it.
Yeah.
Right. So Mohammed, do you have like a catalog of music just sitting down on your laptop that we have yet to even hear or seen, that you just decided, you know what, this is the right time for this?
I think, Kalpee will tell you, as a songwriter, if you don't have that, I ain't sure what you're doing.
True.
Because we wake up and it's melodies in our head. Like these little songbirds, as you wake up, they just start coming, And for most of us, you have about 50,000 voice notes on your phone.
Correct. Your notes full.
You just like some of them, you realize, you see this one? Yes, I have to go and work on this one. Develop this as soon as possible. Others, you love them, but they kind of hang back. Some of them, a little out here, reach at the point in time, you might say, well, I don't really have the wherewithal to do this right now because I want a band, I want this, I want that, But yes, I think every singer-songwriter has a whole backlog of things that nobody don't know about.
Yeah. So it's not always, he just wrote this now. This could fit for this time in the year. This will be.
What's happened a lot of times is real kind of Frankenstein thing too, because sometimes you write one thing and you think, well, it go fit and there's a whole song, and that end up being a piece of a thing, and then you take a next piece from a next thing and you put all of them together, and
I asked some of the artists that I spoke to before, if when you write and produce or release something, if you know here if it's going to be a monster or not, and the answer's always been, I want to say 99%, you really never know when you have a hit until it comes out. Is that true?
Yeah, you never know. And sometimes even you
love it right here. Like, this is the best thing ever, and it's going to blow up, and then you drop it and crickets.
The thing is, I think that's almost of every song. I always think, that's the hard part. Like, I think every song is that. And then, like, sometimes you put something out, and the one that you really least expect to hit might be the one to hit. So you really never know. And again, it just depends on how do you now gauge if that song was a hit? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. So, but we're still gauging by views.
By views, I guess that's
going viral, people talking about it, just going out there, like getting airplay on the radio. And I always personally think that, man, if I was an artist and I'd have something and I'm gonna release it, I'm like, this is just gonna be the next fire. Boom, surefire.
If we knew that we would just write surefire, we wouldn't write nothing.
And I confuse
which would be a sad thing, because there are lots of songs that don't do that thing.
Yeah.
But they're really amazing and they change people's life, like Penny said, Shadi has a song called Sweetest Gift. It's not one of her biggest songs, but Lord, what a song.
Sweet.
I agree. Yeah, I was talking to my girl, then she never heard the Cass and Gimme October Magic. So it came out on the acoustic album, and I said, yo, that's
a beautiful song. Yeah. Mad song. Mad.
In Trinidad, that song did it for Carnival. Like that song, that song was like a
that was like the Haunted.
Yeah.
That was that kind of back. The was this one that Marshall did, boy? Happiest Man Alive, them kind of things.
It was
I'm just confused, because to me, when like Feel the Love release, you just have to smile and say, this is
I tell you, like for me, I thought when I wrote Feel the Love, right? Because Ryan sent the soca thing, I write Feel the Love. I tell myself, hey boy, I'm being weird again. My weird self again. You understand? It's so too poetic. I talk about like a laughing flame and all kind of things. People are not gonna feel this because people like straightforward. But I'm a poet, I'm a writer, that's who I am. You know what I mean? I can't take that away from myself. So I know Kalpees feel the same way too. Many times you write something and you say,
it's too much. They were plain simple, direct lyrics. But I would say though, one measure as of recently, as I've sat with a couple of friends and we actually noticed, now when you have a monster tune, now radio does not always declare if you have a big tune or not.
Very true.
Your song could grow on the internet only. And then radio have to pick up after because they'll be late. Have to, because the people love it. The internet is the people.
Yeah.
Now, with that song in particular, I would say, although it was being played on radio, it picked up on the internet. And how how you know, was that Feel the Love? Feel the Love
Oh,
is what I'm
Feel the Love.
referring
Yes,
to.
yes, yeah.
So how you know is that people would always use the lyrics as captions on Instagram.
Yeah.
And that is a big, big measure. And a lot of people I know write lyrics now so people could get captions out of it.
Right.
So
And
that's the danger too, eh? That's the danger again.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
But I know it wasn't intentional for you all because that is your vibe, it's your style. And people naturally took it. You laugh and flame. So many people keep putting those lines and those lyrics as their caption because it represented how they felt.
It's like,
yeah. You know?
All the million bees and they
So it's
saw it, started
crazy.
seeing it in the captions.
Yeah.
You're right.
Weirdness, yes, weirdness, dog, weirdness.
I mean, Kalpee, lyric videos is definitely somewhere to go, huh?
Yeah.
As a first start before, because I believe I said in my last interview, every song, especially if it's you want to push it, must have a music video. Like must have a music video. If not a lyric video, but to me a music video is like
it's helped seal the message, like what the artist is trying to put across here.
Totally. There was a time too in Trinidad where music videos for average songs were making these songs way bigger than they were because there wasn't much music video content back then. And if your song came out on a music video, you were picking up more traction.
Yeah.
So I'm an average supporter or preacher of link a music video. Even it might be the best music video, but if you could put a solid music video behind your song, it's gonna carry it with a lot more feet. Like Kalpee, if you weren't in music today, what would you be doing? I saw you're a marine biologist.
I think you're breaking up.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you can hear me, but I can't hear anything else.
Oh yeah, he's real breaking up right now.
Go ahead.
Hearing you, but slightly.
Barely.
I think it might be my
They had a green dot.
Reboot.
if I put
I'm gonna try removing him and adding him back and see if it works.
Yeah, see that was
Still frozen there. I thought my internet was gonna be the bad one. I was just trying to upload a file in the background.
I rarely use your beats lines this year because Juve Jumbies is my Juve band.
Right.
So we use that for everything, literally everything.
Yeah.
So as weird as you thought it was, it helped me a lot.
My girlfriend at the time, I that laughing flame line, and I take all that line, all kind of thing. She was like, no, dog.
Nah. She was right.
It has given me the confidence to just kind of go forward, in terms of soca and just write what I feel. Not to overthink anything,
Facts.
Because I didn't feel like it had a place for me in soca, to be real honest. I didn't feel like that would be on my radar, would be my thing.
I still would not consider you a soca artist.
No, I'm not. At all.
Yeah,
I don't even know if that's a soca song. It's just a song that fits into the genre.
What would you consider yourself then? What would you say?
I'm an artist.
Just an artist.
And right now, my ability to do art, that thing that flows through me, it manifests in itself as music. But I'm also an avid writer. I have a novel. I finish a novel. I have real short stories. I do real things. I draw.
Man.
Right now, I sit down here. This is my drawing table.
Wow.
But
Selecting. I know you were in. Was it God Loves the Fighter?
God Loves the Fighter. Yeah, I like to act, but acting is a whole other beast.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. If you're doing that, you got to do that. You can't half step.
Can't do both. I don't understand how I'm waiting for Kalpee to jump back in, but it's like as if it's still frozen. This is crazy.
If I wasn't singing, I would be a chef, just so you know.
To be a chef.
Yeah, boy.
Everybody, you realize I find during COVID, I can't tell you how much people have just become chefs, so selling food or making food. I was just talking about that today. I said, I can't believe how much of my friends could cook.
Yeah.
And they're selling food.
A lot of people went into food as well, yeah.
I cook since I about 11. I really love to cook.
So you legit could just start doing food as well, if you want it, because you're good.
Yeah. I mean, it isn't something I want to do like that. I probably would be one of them weird chef on them experiment with all kind of shit. But
yeah.
But yeah.
So you never open your own restaurant, your own diner, anything like that? No?
Nah.
For real? For somebody that loves food, I don't even think you never thought about, even if you are not the head chef or anything, but just to own a place like that?
But I've never. I almost opened my own bakery. Almost.
Okay. All
August.
I can take that.
Wow. How long? Well, I guess we could find out more about you, Muhammad. While we wait till we get back to Joy. I know you have a next call coming up soon too.
Yeah, that's 8 o'clock.
Okay. Talk to us then. Well, walk us through your process. You in this thing for how long? A minute, huh?
Yeah, this year August was 10 years for Freetown, which
10
is
years for Freetown.
crazy to say now.
10
but
years,
I
a
know,
decade.
I know Penny's a man will understand this. The time is just go. And you don't really have no intention, like, you know, you just doing what you love to do.
Yeah.
And then when you check it, like, whoa, it's 5 years. Oh crap, it's 8 years. You know? But it's to me is a measure of what you've done and how you feel about it now. Like how you really truly feel inside yourself. And I feel like we've added significantly to the culture in a certain type of way. And I real proud of that. I real proud of that. And it really does take that amount of time. Like, very rarely you will see, I mean, I don't think ever, you know, nobody just pops up. Like, let me say somebody like Nyla. The people will be like, oh, she's real young and she's and Nyla was doing that for a good 10 years before.
Yeah, I knew Nyla years before when she just had a guitar and would do acoustic. She would do covers, she'd write her personal songs and she would just post them as a vlog type thing. She's been doing that for years.
Been, you know what I mean? Yeah. And you start doing and you sharpen your craft until you figure out who you are. And then when you begin to figure out who you are, that's when you start touching on it. You know?
But do you, like, as an artist, what's the goal, what's the end goal for you? Besides doing good music, for that is going to make you happy, how far do you want to reach? Like, are you comfortable being something that is huge within Trinidad and then huge within the Caribbean, or you want to go as global as possible with the music?
I want to touch every living heart and soul between now and the end of eternity, though. That's in your mind, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where you want to be. But the truth is that I don't know what the mission is for me.
Right.
All I know is what I've been given to do, and all I could do is to do what I have to do and do it well. So I might want something in myself, but what I try to do is not to have those expectations run ahead of me and I chase them down, because that is the road to unhappiness. But if right here, right now, I could sit down and I could tell you, well, yeah, when I finish it all here, I'm going to draw until my next interview, and that's going to make me real happy. I have some juice in the fridge, I'm going to drink my juice. When I get enough money, I'll finish, I'll go build my house by the river. I'll live in my house. You understand? And as we progress and we move forward, eventually you find a woman, you get married, you have some children. And while doing those things, you do everything you had to do to the best of your ability. Once you do that, the work itself will take you where you need it now. I think a lot of us, you know, heavy of it, I had to do this, and I had to do this by this age, and I had to. You just had to do what you had to do to the best of your ability, and everything else, I think, just fall in place.
Yeah,
I agree. I still believe, and you spoke like a true creative, because I'm a creative. I want to assume Penny have to be a creative on some level. I think our problem as creative is that we focus on happiness, which is the best thing in life. And if we're happy, everything else follows. But you link up with a type A personality who are very structured and rigid. I think creatives, we need those people in our lives.
We definitely do.
I might tell you now, Muhammad, okay, for you to touch every corner and soul with your music, I'm going to give you a 5-year plan. And we should stick to this plan as close as we could. We don't need to do it every day. But if you have that 5-year plan, in 5 years, you and I will still be talking about I open the fridge and I drink some juice and I'm happy.
That's right. Bro, I have an amazing manager. I have an amazing team of people who think like that, so that I could just talk that juice talk. You understand?
Nice.
Because if you are the center trying to do that type A thing, nothing happens. Because I can't be walking along by the tax office to go and do that, and the whole day because I try to keep myself in a certain realm for certain energies to come to me now. And I know not everybody has that luxury, but like I say, 10 years, we work hard in order to have that luxury. And you're very right. There has to be someone who have the eye on the ears, and you know, because certain really amazing things have happened with regards to planning and stuff like that. And I think a lot of artists, one of the issues we have in Trinidad, and you were talking about success earlier, there are certain key things that you just need. You know, you can't have international hits and your music not registered with a collection agency. You don't have a publisher. Nobody looking for sync deals. Like you have to work. You're gonna make more money off of your music being used in ads and movies and that kind of stuff than most of the time you'll ever make off of streaming or them kind of things. Like you have to go out there and look for that too, you know. But artists can't really do that. You have to find someone to do it.
Facts.
Mad. Listen, I'm not gonna take much more of you guys' time. I have to figure out a way to get Kalpee back on this, and when I do, I will try and figure out I could close off with him. But it's a shame that we lost him.
Yeah, boy.
So I mean, join back. It was still frozen. I don't know if you have internet problems, but thank you, Muhammad, for joining. Penny, big up yourself. It was good seeing you guys.
Yes, man.
I will figure out this technical piece with Kalpee and figure out how to link him back and do a proper close with him and finish up the interview that I started with him. But for you guys, man, listen, it's been real, and keep doing what you do. Like my job, I think, is now on is to be that I can't remember the word, but to give Jack his jacket.
Yeah.
And pick up everybody who doing like good things and not be the he and nobody, I bigger than him. I think people need to get that praise and recognition because we need it. Like I really believe. Like sometimes for me, I will not get paid to do something, but somebody will comment or see me in the street and say, "Yo, thank you for flying our flag high. Thank you for showing me the stream, taking this carnival," and that alone will make me continue to do the job the next day because just that peaceful, happy message that I realize I'm touching somebody's life.
Yeah.
And I think if we don't show that appreciation at times, it's hard. It's hard for you to be doing things day in, day out with passion. And someone just got to stop and say, "Yo, I appreciate you. I love what you're doing." We need it.
Yeah.
We do.
So I appreciate you guys. I do.
I'm supposed to give you a quick plug. I was reminded to give a quick plug. We have a song called No Millionaires out right now. If you haven't heard it, can't take a listen.
No Billionaires.
No Millionaires, yeah.
No Millionaires.
Yeah.
Oh, so on YouTube?
It's on YouTube video, everything on every streaming platform. So
Mad.
I'm gonna check it as soon as it's done. Penny, any things that are going on with you want to plug?
Nothing to plug at the moment. I just want to let people know, especially if you like us in the creative industry, there's not much going on for us in entertainment. But just keep your head strong. I have so many brothers that I haven't seen in a long while. I just hope everybody's staying safe and doing well for now. And just like any storm, this too shall pass. And we'll be back to some level of normalcy at some point, doing what we love to do.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah, fellas. Much thanks, praises.
Yes, fellas.
We'll keep the link.
Yes, thanks, for sure. Easy.